Hello and welcome to the Australian Dota 2 Premiership League. This is the semi-pro division tonight, hosted by Clutch Gaming. I'm Mads. This is the Cactus King. Tonight we've got a first game Paradigm Shift up against Viren. How do we even say this name? Do you know this name?
Viren Blue.
Viren Blue. That sounds about right. We'll just call them VVB.
VVB sounds good to me.
Alright, that's coming up in about 5 minutes, I believe. And just a quick note, we've had 2 last-minute changes here for VVB. We've got Ace Hart and Zelans. They're subbing in. So it's not their complete team, but I'm sure they're great players anyway.
This is the semi-pro division, so they are probably a lot better than a regular match people.
Better than us, anyway. we've played with a couple of these teams before. They're not bad. They're not bad.
Yes.
What sort of heroes do you think we'll see tonight?
Personally, I'd love to see my favourite hero Juggernaut in the mix, but unfortunately, I don't think he's too good in the old pro division at the moment. But that being said, it'd be an interesting pick. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, Juggernaut's quite a popular pick. He usually gets through as well because there's so much other strong stuff at the moment, like your Invokers getting banned out. Wisp is another big one.
Gyro's going to be gone, of course.
The thing is, Gyro, he slips through because he's not a big threat. I mean, I don't know if these teams have any like particular heroes that they play a lot. So
we don't really know too much about these teams that are playing at the moment, but
User was moved out
there could be some respect bans that we're just not prepared for. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I mean, if you look at the current meta right now, you've got things like OD coming out as well.
Yeah.
So in 6.86, he was buffed quite a bit. He's creeping in right now. You've got Lone Druid coming back.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, Lone Druid back at it.
The resurgence of the Bears.
Alliance is back. As you know, they're in the final for the Star Ladder, so made it back. 2013 all over again, really. And Nature's Prophet as well, good buff. So.
Yeah, well, like I say, yeah,
that's Admiral Bulldog in a nutshell, really.
Admiral Bulldog.
You don't buff Bears.
What do you think?
The Rat. Rat is back. Hopefully we'll see some of that tonight.
Oh, be interesting.
Maybe an Arc Warden pick, that'd be great.
Are you in Captain Mode yet?
Oh, no, he's not.
Maybe we won't see Arc Warden pick tonight.
I mean, maybe we hack the game and he might be in there. Who knows?
It'd be surprising. It would be surprising. It would be great to see him tonight, sure, but...
Two rapiers, City as Illusions down. Oh, I can't wait for that. I haven't really seen him that much. Like when he first came out in pubs, anyway.
Everyone's gonna pick him because everyone wants to see what the new flavour of the month.
You got to try him out, but like a lot of other new heroes, though, they seem to stick around a lot more. And his win rate's incredibly low.
Yeah, well, he's quite a hard hero to play. I mean, you've got to have a bit of microing skill.
Yeah, not me. I'll just like group them together and
just
push together.
Hey, Zach, mate, that's all you need.
What's that? Extra illusion? That's sweet. Let's run down mid lane both.
Double-handed minus. Yes.
What about like the Tusk pick as well? Because he did get nerfed, but
yeah, but he's still up there.
He's still picked a lot of the time. So
yeah, he's quite a bit of an impact, definitely in team fights. You know, whether in initiation, even his third skill, his sigil.
Yeah,
it's quite good for the overall. You know, keeping in the team fights. I
think the reason teams pick him though is his early game stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Because his roaming ability, check out the Ice Shard.
Shards, Snowball, the perfect setup for most.
I mean, you might even get some like level 1 shenanigans in there. I know a lot of teams.
Love some level 1 shenanigans.
A lot of teams go really aggressive with him, so you get like smokes going together.
Level 1 smoke, 5-man level 1 smoke. How good would that be?
Everyone in.
Everyone.
There's no time to explain. Jump in.
Everyone on the snowball and go.
Hopefully we'll see some of that.
I would like to see some sort of out there players. This is only semi-pro after all, so we can see these outside strats coming in. Who knows?
These guys do anything. A lot of the time they don't even stick to the meta. So
no, well that's the thing. That's why semi-pro can be it's a mixed basket.
Yeah, if you have a hero you're really good at, I mean,
it doesn't matter who it is. You know,
you could be thick at it.
Yeah, I mean, like, what outside the meta? I mean, when's the last time you seen a Clinks or something like this? I mean,
not very often.
It's sniper these days, even though snipers.
I think I did actually see a Clinks get picked in possibly Star Ladder recently, but I don't think he did very well.
Well, shit.
But I'll have you know, Sniper is actually 100% win rate. in 6.86 in Pro Dota.
Yes, but let's throw in the fact that he's only played one game.
Well, there's that. But he won that game.
And he's about equal to my Warlock win rate. I've played 3 games with him.
I mean, at least he's not my conqueror in the offlane, you know that.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's a new strategy I'm trying out here, the conquer offlane.
Clutch Gaming NZ.
Yeah, Clutch Gaming.
Just watch out for it. Respect ban, please.
Please, first ban. Do it. I've got a big win rate of 0%. It's a work in progress.
It's got to start from the bottom. It can only go up. It can only go up.
What do you think about other heroes that have fallen off? Specifically, bans been just targeting them because they were just too dominant in the scene. First one comes to mind, Storm Spirit.
Yeah, I mean the spirits themselves, even Ember Spirit a bit as well. I mean he used to get picked quite regularly.
Yeah.
But definitely Storm's dropped off. The Shreks dropped off.
The big mids, the big
mids,
the magic dealing. Yeah, the big AOE magic
big
dealing.
They can even just snowball into character potential. Really, really good.
I think Storm Spirit got a sort of double-edged nerf because he got his direct nerfs.
Yeah.
And then recently when they added in the magical resisting on the camps.
Yeah.
So the stacking magical resistance. It's a lot harder for him to catch up. Yeah.
The bonus sort of passive almost.
Because if you go back to games like TI with EG, had Samael on the Storm Spirit.
Just bouncing all over the place, just gold coming out of
Well, the thing is, there was this one particular game, I can't remember who they were versing, but he went mid and he got destroyed. I think he died about 4 times during the laning stage.
Really?
Yeah. He was the casters were saying it was game over at that point. And anyway,
This wouldn't be the infamous one where he drops his. Never mind.
Anyway, he had his team PPD stacking in the jungle for him. He goes in there, gets a few stacks, gets his levels, and then
and that's all Odd Storm needed. He needed a few levels, he needed 1 or 2 items just to start that.
And it's a lot harder to do that now. So I think he's barely been picked. He's probably the only team that's picked him has been EG purely because of Samael.
Purely because and the fact that with that extra mana cost on a lot of his skills, it just takes so much more. More items, more gold, more levels to get into that same stage.
He can't do as much in the lane, I guess.
It just takes a lot longer to get online, and by that time it's honestly a little bit too late, where some other heroes are coming in much quicker.
Yeah. You get a lot of variety in the mid lane, though, at the moment. A lot of stuff's coming back, like Puck. Puck is coming back.
You haven't seen Puck in a long time.
But that's probably due to Alliance more than anything else.
Yeah, well. Hey, everything seems to be coming back to Alliance these days.
I feel like we've gone back in time. We've
gone full circle.
Some would say that was the golden era.
We had some good stuff.
I mean, if you compare it to TI4, TI5 had some great stuff.
$1 million Echo Slam, bro.
$6 million Echo Slam.
Wow.
I'll have you know.
Still had 1 million, didn't
it? There was one, but there was 6 of them.
His personal $1 million.
Yeah, his $1 million. He was like, I'm gonna get this Echo Slam, securing me $1 million.
I mean, and that's where Dota's come to these days. I mean, a team can go on and get $6 million.
I mean, I want $6 million.
I'll do with $1 million.
I'm not good enough to get there, but a guy can dream, right? A guy can dream.
Would be good.
I think they just need to buff Spirit Breaker to the point where I can just pick him and we just win.
100% bash all the time.
Yeah, that should be a thing. What I think would be a sneaky buff they did is the longer you're under towers, the higher your bash chance goes.
Oh Lord! I'll tell you what they did in Heroes of New Earth, Dota Clone. In case you guys don't know, is they actually got the port for Spirit Breaker, but they put his bash on a timer. So after the timer came off passive, it automatically bash.
Right. How long was the?
I think it was only like 4 seconds or something like that. But it takes away the chance of it, but you only get those definite bashes every time.
So you can't get perma-bash then?
No, but what you'd see a lot of is, you're dashing into bash, harass, running out again, and looping in and around like that. I mean, let's be honest, Spirit Breaker is one of the best brawlers in the game.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, effective HP, damage output, even in the early levels, he can annihilate.
I think he's still highest effective HP at level 1. I believe so.
I don't know, Ogu's getting up there though, isn't he?
Ogre?
Yeah, with his armor buff.
Yes, once he got his
armor buff.
Possibly. It would be close. We'll have to
Well,
look it
those
up.
two are pretty much the tankiest here.
Yeah. They should just have a fight, just a right-click fight. The thing is, if you got Bash, you just win.
Well, there you go, exactly that, even with the pseudo chances. But then again, of course, if he's got Ignite or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you actually see Spirit Breaker he's picked a lot in competitive as well. Not as commonly.
Yeah, I mean...
But he's a solid pick.
I mean, personally, I love Spirit Breaker.
And I'm hoping to see him today. Just quietly. Just quietly.
Just quietly, I'd like to see something
Not my most picked hero or anything.
No, surely not.
Not my most picked hero.
Wouldn't want to see that. Wouldn't want to see my Juggernaut either. Actually, I think Pudge is my most picked hero.
Oh, go back to Russia. Take your Pudge back to Russia.
Oh,
we're seeing a lot of him as well since they buffed him.
Yeah,
he's being the bane of pubs. Well, him and Invoker. Him and Invoker, just best friends, just going around.
Look, Pudge
destroying my game.
Close to people, mate. Just pulling them closer.
I think I'm just upset I can't play him. I can't land a hook to save my life.
I have my games.
I think
both sides of this game.
Especially with his Ags now is ridiculous.
Yeah, his Ags is... Well, considering they've put the passive part of his old Ags is now a passive part of his ult anyways. I mean, that's a huge buff in itself.
Yeah, right? Without the 4-second hook.
Now it's a 4-second hook that, combine that with the new item that extends range even further for direct spells.
Yeah, the Excellence, yeah.
Yeah, and that also gives him a bit more magic immunity. His rot works well. That's an item built for him.
Yeah, the build is you just get brown boots to Ags to aid the lens, and then you go to Octarine Core. Who needs mobility when you can throw 2 hooks at the same time, And then you pick up the Arcane Rune.
Arcane Rune, I think, is a massive change to this game.
I like it personally.
I love it. I love
it's a new dynamic.
It's going to be essential on mid heroes and ganking. It's going to change that up, especially for the short cooldown ones.
Yes. It's things like Zeus is a huge one. Queen of Pain.
Massive Queen of Pain. It's also fantastic on.
Alright, we got the game coming up now.
Alright, we do.
We're going to pass it over.
Coming up. We are going to be passing this over to our.
We'll see when the draft comes up. But
in a minute. Anyways, we're going to pass it over to our. We've got another couple of our teams.
Alright, we're back on. Alright, we're going into the draft. Sorry about that, I'm not sure what was going on, but... Alright, we got Paradigm Shift, Vera in blue.
Now,
what are we going to see bands-wise? I'm thinking Invoker.
No, man, you got to go your Invoker, your Tusk, your,
10 seconds remaining.
Wisp's been an interesting one. I think he's banned more because people are scared of his potential than actually how he's playing.
Right. Yeah, I think...
I mean, he's a scary hero when you combine him with a lot of different stuff.
The team has to play around him, so...
Beastmaster ban.
Beastmaster's actually really strong at this point in the game. He is getting picked up. My Spirit Breaker.
It's to happen, mate.
It's the fear. It's the fear of the Spirit Breaker.
He can just come out of nowhere. I mean, if he's missing and they don't call it within 10 seconds, mate, he could be on the other side of the map.
He's one that... If your team doesn't communicate well, you just lose the game.
There's the Invoker.
There's Invoker. See you, Carl.
Carl.
I don't think he's seen a game in a while.
No, well that's
he's given up.
Invoker in the hands of a person who can play him well is an absolute nightmare, especially with the bands. The buffs he's been getting recently.
Invoke level 1 now, so...
Exactly, I mean, you've got your Cold Snap at level 1, you've got your Sunstrike at level 1, and your...
Alacrity?
Alacrity.
I don't know, I don't play Invoker.
Pretty sure it's
Alacrity.
It is Alacrity.
Alacrity uses, Wings. Exhaust, sorry. Wings Exhaust.
Our cameraman is he's just schooling us on Invoker over here.
Alacrity increases the attack damage as well, so it's going to use Exhaust.
See you later, Task. Looks like VVB. VVB do not exist. They do not want to fight against any of their sort of these roaming gankers. They maybe have gone against this sort of lineup before, and Right. First pick is Crystal Maiden though.
Crystal Maiden, the Taskman band there as well. So you're getting all these big sort of ganking
What?
heroes.
Crystal Maiden there?
Yeah.
Is this one of their heroes?
It may well be one of the heroes that they enjoy playing. I mean, at this.
Hey, free mana, man. Free mana. You can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that, Ed.
You cannot argue with just. She gets set in the fountain, and then your pick is gone.
That's it. It's like boom, did you? Oh, nice.
Bring it down.
DMP.
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty easy to exhaust.
It is EMP.
Exactly.
Oh.
This is why I'm on this house in this man.
This is why we need your professional skills.
I'm a professional caster and the semi-pro.
Vengeful Spirit. This is a strong
Yes,
pick.
Venji quite strong in the meter at the moment.
She's been played carry as well lately as well.
Yeah, it's. I personally don't agree with the carry on Venji. I mean,
I don't know. It provides
maybe it just hasn't worked for me at all, but perhaps it's
provides a
maybe
lot of
their team-
versatility, I think, in your team. Yeah, I mean, she can fight really early as well.
That is true. I mean, with the negative armor, who stuns.
We might actually see a negative armor strat out of this. A lot of teams do.
Oh, hey, my
Good job.
juggernauts!
It's a great game.
Oh, I love it. I love it already. This is going to be a humdinger of a fight. Did I just say humdinger? Well,
I don't think anyone's used that word since the 80s. So.
80s. I mean 800s. Oh, dearie me.
I mean,
no, of course, Juggernaut Crystal Maiden would have been a potent combo, but Venji Juggernaut is still
maybe
a
it was the
potent combo.
deny. It might have been the deny pick. Then maybe they didn't want to face up against that Jug Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, but I mean,
it is a strong
All
lane.
Drug is a small
5
stun,
seconds
really, it can be
remaining.
good. But
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden just happens to
I
have
mean,
both of them.
if you've got the Venge and the Jug together, I think you're doing well already.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge lane.
But I'm still questioning the first pick Crystal Maiden. I think,
It's a bit of a soft
unless
pick,
it's something they play a lot, it's probably something you could leave till later on.
Disrupt.
Disruptor, strong support pick,
Very strong support.
good at catching out heroes. So, I mean, he's good in a lot of situations.
Yeah, especially, pushing up on the tower, people are teleporting in.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later. They're
You
absolutely.
wanted to TP? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say that's possibly one of the most infuriating things in
I
Dota.
know.
Just getting sent back from Disruptor. It's just
You need to use your invis,
just killing your
TP at
yeah,
first.
Reserve time.
Just
But what I might see out of VVB here though is possibly a lineup for a level 1 rush. I don't want to say it too early, but
Yeah.
you got the healing wood, you got the minus armor.
yeah.
I want to see some crazy,
I would love
crazy
to
shit.
see a level 1. That would be fantastic.
But
Who do you reckon they'd need
I
for
doubt
that
it.
then? I mean, maybe a bear of one sort. I mean, either Ursa or a Syllabit.
10 seconds
Or a
remaining.
lone druid,
either of
sorry.
those. I mean, yeah, like we said before, Lone Druid
Brood
is
Mother's
5
gone.
seconds
who's being
remaining.
picked.
Brood. Now
They just don't want to fight against it. Fair enough.
fair enough. Yeah, it is the Garo band.
Dire team ban.
Garo, strong carry. He's
He
a
is.
go-to for a lot of teams.
He is,
So. He's a
and
go-to for our team.
yeah, well.
He's a tip.
Don't get Hush game against it. No.
We're gonna be out.
Respect
I
ban.
gotta
Conquer
learn.
offlane. Conquer offlane. Respect ban.
Yeah, respect them like Conquer offlane with his 0
There's a
six.
lone druid band.
They know about the
No.
level 1 Roche.
Maybe.
They're scared of it.
Yeah. No, but going back to Gyro, I'm just saying that for a lot of people, Gyro isn't an exceptionally hard hero to get good at. Like, I mean, not just to get good at, but he's not.
10 seconds
I wouldn't say he's in the
remaining.
upper tier of needing a lot of skill to play.
No. But,
5
I mean, I
seconds
think his
remaining.
skill comes around, like, you'll see
Position.
positioning and also rotating
Reserve
and at what
time.
time to rotate. Because
Yes.
once you get, like, level 7, level 8, you've got everything you need.
Yeah.
You can go for early fights. He's one of the carries that can fight extremely
That
early.
early game, I mean, his first skill is Gatling Gun is an incredibly powerful
Radiant
level 1
team
skill.
pick.
I mean, you get caught out alone by him.
Yeah.
He's got boots of some sort, you did.
You add to him, CM, Disruptor,
Yeah.
anything that can keep you in one place. And
Exactly.
and you're in
Anything
trouble.
that keeps you in one spot is going to.
I mean, it's similar to the Juggernaut with the Blade Fury, really. It's that high burst magical damage,
Yeah.
which we're seeing a lot lately. Like the carries, they seem to be orientating more about fighting carries. Even
10
when you
seconds
see a pick like a
remaining.
Spectre, you see them more go for the urn,
5
the
seconds
drums,
remaining.
Yeah.
those early items that are just gonna make them fight early.
Get them off early, so they can go into the early
Reserve
fights. Of course, they're
time.
going to be focusing on their farm, but you know, if stuff happens, boom, they've got their TPs, they can get in there, they can have a bit of a rumble, and they're still going to be alright.
Exactly. I mean, more gold for you.
Exactly. I mean,
Get fights early, right?
With some of those carries, you really can't do that all-in strat anymore because it's gone more gank central. You can't do that all-in, I'm going to build my radiance, you know, make my 3.8k for my radiance, you know.
Well, I mean, it still happens on heroes like Lone Druid, for example.
It does happen, but I mean, Lone Druid's a little bit different.
I mean,
you don't really see
he doesn't really need anything else before radiance.
No, not really.
Once he gets that, you can start pushing lanes. He's a team fight monster at that point.
Oh, he is. I mean, if he gets his radiance, it's just basic snowball from there.
We got the line pick here. So, do you think they're just picking your supports early to not really show what they're trying to do? I think Lion pairs well with the Juggernaut as well.
Yeah, he does. I mean, both VG and Lion.
A lot of control.
Exactly. I mean, he's got his spikes, he's got his hex. Both things to slow people down for the Juggernaut.
I think what we've seen out of Paradigm Shift here is very teamfight centric heroes.
Very teamfight centric. I mean, all three of them have AoE ultis on this. I mean,
that's what
you get caught out by them. They drop their ults. You know, Tidehunter into Disruptor into Crystal Maiden. You're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, I'm just.
That being said, I mean, we've got 2 stuns on Lion and Venji. You know, and that's going to be stopping, well, Crystal Maiden. But then again, it doesn't take a lot to
Crystal Maiden's not going to have fun with the finger this game.
Oh jeez, there's something. Oh, there must be some joke about Crystal Maiden.
I'm sure there is, but we're way too highbrow for that.
I don't know what you're on about.
You know us. What do you think? What picks have we got left? We got the off lane, probably looking for.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
The Vera.
Yeah, I mean,
we still don't know what the carry is on Paradigm Shifts, so.
Or a Vera. I mean, Jug could be off lane. I mean, it'd be an interesting pick. I mean, who knows?
I mean, I think you'd only see that if they were going for like an aggressive try with the 3 that they have there, which is probably a decent try lane, really.
Yeah, not too bad. But of course, we need some mid and some safe. So.
Yeah, we haven't seen. So yeah, I assume Paradigm Shift has all their supports now.
Yeah, I mean,
and Tide will be the off laner.
I was going to say, if they go over that there and another support on that, I'll be a bit surprised. I mean, they need a
Bristleback. So I think the Tide's going to. He's a tanky hero, so he's going to be. He probably survive like 1 stun into the spin.
No, he's got no problem crowd control, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you drop a stun, you need at least 2 stuns to get him down.
That's why I'm thinking they might hit the line roaming around a little bit. So, but we'll see how they play that. You got the Bristleback here, who's always an annoyance.
He is. He is. I've known personal experience how bad Bristleback can be when he's played by Mets.
This is a great video. I think we need the people to see this.
I don't think we do. Maybe later.
Someone dies, comes back, dies again.
I wonder who that person was.
4v1.
No, GK.
Yeah,
anyways.
it's a beautiful thing. Maybe we'll
thing.
play it later.
What we didn't want now is the Doom. Doom getting banned now.
Doom's still strong. Since his change up, I think his picks definitely went down. He's not as popular as he was.
No, but do you know that Level Death used to be one of the original Dota spells?
That's why it makes no sense.
So far, one of the original things about the Dota. Then again, we had Stealth Wiki with Witch Doctor's ult.
Spectre. I like this.
Spectre.
I like this pick purely because it synergizes with your team fight.
Yes, it really does. I mean, those guys can just... Spectre can be a team fight anywhere. Doesn't matter where he is, he's in a team fight.
Yeah.
He just needs to press R.
I love it.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean... I do like Spectre on that pick. That's good.
5 seconds
remaining. I'm just wondering who they're going to go mid.
Although, you're picking a Spectre into a line, though, who does have abilities to deal with illusions quite well. So,
yeah, well, I mean, your Hex and your Mana Drain are going to instantly kill illusions.
Exactly.
But even then, if he's Hexing or Mana Draining an illusion, he's not using on another hero. So, you make
Mana Drain, level 4 is like 5 seconds or something. I think, what do we want to see for offlane for Paradigm?
Zeus and Sansa.
We've still got a Darks there in the pool. That would be great offlaner, I think.
Darks, yeah.
He's always good.
Not bad.
Especially with Bristleback on the team, you make a illusion of him.
Make a pincushion, really. Just suck them all together.
Exactly. What else do we need? We need their mid hero. We've still got quite a few mids left in the pool.
We do.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, perhaps even a Queen of... Queen of Pain could be good for the mobility.
They do have a lot of magic damage.
Possibly
already,
even maybe
Reserve
even something
time.
like Temper Assassin. I mean, they don't exactly, have a lot of sustained damage, so her shield could be quite
and
good.
that couples well with the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah.
There's the Queen of
There's the
Pain.
Queen of Pain.
Dire
Also
team
another of my favourites there.
Thanks, Invoker. What are we going to see for Paradigm Shift? So you're going up against the Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain, yeah, see, that's interesting. Again, Temper Assassin could be. I mean,
It's not.
I
Doesn't
just want to see him.
have a team fight ability. It needs to
No.
have a team fight ability.
Puck perhaps.
Puck would be great.
I mean, mixing him with the AoE olds. I mean, there is going to be a huge
10
team fighting
seconds
team.
Who else do we have? It has an AoE.
5 seconds remaining.
You'd never see Veno played middle anymore. I remember that back in the day.
Reserve time.
You never know.
Carry Veno middle.
This is Australian Dota. Anything can work.
Anything can work.
Anything can work.
Oh, mate.
Because we got the Zeus band out. Yeah, he'd be your
the Zeus band
go-to.
out, that would have been a good go-to right there.
VVB saw through their team fight.
Oh my gosh, if they meet them in the jungle, mate, dude.
Welcome to the jungle. It belongs to Paradigm.
We've got fun and games.
There's going to be a lot of action here, though. Like, it looks like both of these teams are teams you want to fight with.
They really are. I mean, yeah.
That's what we like to see.
We do. I mean, we want to see these big clashes. We want to see these big...
Ember Spirit.
Ember Spirit.
Ember Spirit. Now, we were saying earlier that the spirits had actually dropped out a bit there. Storm Spirit, Ember Spirit, but...
Oh, looks like we got one.
Looks like we got one indeed.
A big carry, though. Alright, so I think what we're going to do here...
We're going to pass it over to our other teammates in Clutch Gaming, and they're going to be doing some broadcasting for us.
They're going to take you away. So we'll pass it over to...
The Wandering Bear and the Understudy.
Alright, take it away, guys. I mean, we can jump back if needed.
Yeah.
And we're back.
The technical hurt you. Nah, they'll be ready.
10 seconds remaining.
I'll be interested to. Reckon we're going to see any trial lanes here at all?
Prepare for battle.
No, I doubt it. Although we have got smoke on Crystal Maiden, we could be seeing level 1 smoke, which would be very quite nice. Yeah, we've already got massive movement from the DotA here. We've got 4 going on the top row.
I'm just looking at trees right now.
Yeah, so am I. But got the minimap too. Number 1 rule of Dota: always look at the minimap.
I think it takes a while to pick up the caster once we changed over to with Francis.
30 seconds to battle.
Even on the broadcast.
Not locked onto my camera. What the fuck is going on?
I have to really start the lobby.
Tactical problems.
This Australian BMA.
I know, it's just started.
Not fucking. They're really. Fucking see that. There's some cameraman. And we're probably going to have to turn you guys back on.
That's right. That's fine.
There's massive stuff happening in the river over here. Massive stuff happening in the river, we cannot see it.
Begins.
Are we on?
Yeah.
We're back.
I'll take that as
Turns
tribute.
out, you guys are stuck with us.
Oh no.
So once we get our camera sorted out, yeah. We've got a great view of some trees right now.
Yeah,
Though.
it's absolutely fantastic. It's halfway in the mid lane. Bottom lane, down bottom.
It's a tactical position. You can put a ward there,
Look
right?
at that. We wouldn't have seen that curry running the bottom lane if we weren't stuck in this position right now.
Guys, I can't control it on your screen and mine at the same time.
So what do we have to do? Alright. I think we're gonna have to move. Uno momento. Alright, what are we looking at here? CK.
So yeah, no, we do have that try lined up, Tom. Big dual try lined up, Tom. Bruce.
So it is the aggressive try that we were talking about.
Try as well.
Well,
Yes, no, but the aggressive
I mean, you
try,
kind of
gotta-
have to,
you gotta
really.
pass that.
They're pressuring the Spectre early because he's, you know, doesn't pose as much threat as obviously the Juggernaut.
And the thing is that you've got to shut down Spectre early. If he doesn't even get a half a chance of getting some farm, you can just snowball out of control.
Changing cameraman here. Alright, let's take a look.
Oh look, Crystal Maiden in some trouble here. Yeah,
The double stun.
overload this gun's so good. And they all get the first blood.
Easy as that.
And that's huge now. I mean, now you just put some big old pressure on here. These ranged heroes absolutely.
That's why you don't pick Crystal Maiden.
No, she's just far too fragile at the moment.
Oh, okay, sweet. We'll bring up the last hits and denies as well. See how we're going.
Definitely top lane is the one to watch at the moment.
So much action going
Oh,
on.
much happening here.
We got the Venge kill.
Revenge kill.
Back to the two up there.
You've been
Oh,
sorted.
this could be interesting here. Bristleback is not one that you really want to play with.
He's
you
got
know?
nothing left there.
Dirty
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh,
See,
that's the
everyone's
thing.
died. What is
Wow. Not even 3 minutes into the game, 6 kills on the board.
We said this was going to be a fighting game, but
We did,
I didn't
did not
expect like 2 kills a minute at this rate.
2 kills a minute. Is this something to, you know? Here, TP's coming back in here. I have a feeling Crystal Maiden is not going to last too much longer. Yeah, no, we've got
She's
some.
one
No,
of
we've
the
got some
squishiest
different-
heroes in the game.
Yes, definitely. No matter what level she's at. We did have the TP in mid there. Over, it doesn't look like they're using too much. Oh, yeah, no, we're going on Tide. Tide has actually been rotated around here.
But they've switched the lanes. It's
They've switched the lane, yeah.
ball.
See, no, it's just it's double stun, it's overlapping, it's just annihilating them. They can't even get close to them.
I think what they should do is probably keep Tide up here by himself, just trying to sap XP.
Yeah,
Because
they've got to
I think
play
they're gonna
passively,
get
which
much
is
out of this.
why, you know.
What we
logic
didn't
says-
talk about is the Bristlebag's actually up here, and not the Juggernaut. So the Juggernaut's, where's he gone?
Juggernaut's gone down bot solo. Oh no, it's not
in
in
the
the
mid
middle.
lane,
Sorry, I
so-
stand corrected. That's an interesting matchup.
You don't often see a Juggernaut in the mid lane.
No.
I honestly say, I can't remember the last time I've seen that.
Maybe we'll try some of that with Clutch Gaming, yeah?
I guess it works because the Blade Fury
Oh look, here we
against
go,
them is
here we
good.
go.
The big rotation's coming
Oh
around.
no,
here.
but then again you've got 3 coming in on this.
It's going to be another
It's gonna be...
farm fest of heroes. Juggernaut's coming in, but he's
yeah.
used his spin.
Yeah, no, Juggernaut. Still got to spin on 560. It could have been an entirely different flow if he had to spin it right.
There is no one in the top lane. They're all ditched.
Absolute free power on the top there.
Jug's doing some damage, but
Yeah, well,
he's
I
not
mean,
going to be able to do very much.
eating through the... Oh,
He's got the Omni Slash up.
No, Juggernaut, you've made a
Searing
Juggernaut's thinking
He was
he's
too
made
eager.
a huge mistake. Is he going to get away? No.
Has he got Sleight of Fist?
Surely.
Dire's top
No,
tower
generally
is
they
under
don't get
attack.
this slider first
Yeah.
early in the game. You might see level 1, but then again it's got about a 30-second cooldown on that, even at
A
level 1.
gift from the tempest of battle.
Pause it for a second.
Dire's top
and
tower is
fix
under
it.
Right.
attack.
It might take us a few time.
That's probably.
There we go, Ember's gone. Right guys, we're going to take a little break for half a second just which is sorted out, so we'll see.
We'll just switch the casters. You guys will get some professionals up in here. We try our best when we can. We got Tide going down again. He's not having a fun game. We said he was tanky, but
Well, this is obviously the first time. I don't know if this is delayed or more than
yes,
I
we-
could have sworn there was more than 7
we
kills.
might be watching the delayed stream now.
We are professional casters, we swear.
Yeah, because that was at the 3-minute mark. 3-3.
Yes. Big up top there. Of course, they're going to gank in middle now. See that gank coming out.
Don't do it, Chuck.
Don't do it.
Don't do that. I know you get your ult,
the
but
time coming down.
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, Chuck. He does get out. He did get out though, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm sure he didn't have a lot left.
Here it is, here it is. I do want to hear what our team members here are speaking about this here.
I wonder where the stream is up to. Where is the stream watching right now?
I'm a little bit confused right now, Matt.
I am too.
We're doing our best here.
Alright, we're going to hand it over to real casters.
Flame guard up.
Understudy.
Negating
Here we
a lot
go.
of damage.
Understudy.
They're
Take it
going
away.
very, very
Oh,
good.
here we go.
Ooh, and just getting the level 6 for the Omni Slayer.
Oh, he's gonna pay for this one.
Oh, yes. Here comes the Frostbite and the Searing Chains
Oh,
to finish
see
him
it?
off.
No.
But, clever bottle usage.
Dire's top
And no
Yeah.
gush from the
tower is
Tide
under
Hunter.
attack.
That is a rough loss for the Dire side. Meanwhile, Dire grabbing the bottom red while Radiant secure the top. We see a nice minimal ward coverage here from Radiant, whilst the Dire has gone for a much more wards everywhere approach.
The hearth grows
And another fight middle. Ember Spirit, after such a good time beating that Juggernaut back, dies to the Lion Vengeful Spirit aggressive combo once again. Just a lot of CC coming out from their team.
Good to see Spectre getting some farm though.
Yeah, gone from their earlier 4-0, sorry, was it 3-0 kills, I believe, earlier for creeps, to a nice 14 now 1. Versus, of course, Queen of Pace 23-21. Crop getting obviously a lot of denies on the Tide Hunter with 0-0 in the earlier lane. Definitely a slightly awkward lane for Tide Hunter. It's such a strong lane as Quad. But now we're seeing the 2v2 mid while Bristleback and Tide Hunter just face off in a 1v1 top, going for a more traditional off lane and safe lane. Spectre taking some damage, playing a little bit safe against the Queen of Pain, but without too many wards in their jungle, it is definitely a dangerous place to be up so far. And Bristleback goes in against Tide Hunter. We see a TP come in, but here's a Bristleback. He hits the Tide Hunter a few times, gets a nice kill, but CM finishes it off. I'm still convinced we might be seeing this Divine Rapier CM, although it looks like, unfortunately, that's not happening. Whoa! A nice Q across the trees secures the kill, and that was definitely a gamble, but one that certainly paid off. Ember Spirit now in a slightly awkward position on the top lane, though. This other team comes through in a big pause from CM. The amazing lag Q finishing them off.
So what do you think we're gonna see coming up on this Juggernaut? Not your traditional middle player.
No, definitely not. I mean, we can see he's already got 3 levels of Blade Flurry and 1 of Omni Slash, so I assume, of course, he's going to have 2 levels then of stats, which is an interesting choice against an Ember Spirit, but I mean, I guess it works. I'm not sure I 100% agree with this build. I mean, the crit at level 1 is just huge value for Juggernaut now. Such great stats and such a great value point to just get 1 of it. But it is an interesting choice, and it could work out for him. So far, just with a phase and a bottle, the semi-classic melee mid-character items. We see Dire coming in here, looking to see if they can get any kills, but Radiant also interested to see if they can get any kills, and with that huge CC combo, they mash on the Ember Spirit, able to get a kill, and turn on the CM. Potentially a courier die, but not. No, they're going to turn into a triple kill, and that's a very, very painful turn for the Dire there. How's Bristleback looking for kills there? I mean, yeah, Bristleback with a 3,200 net worth, much higher than any enemy carries. Next highest on the opponent's team, 2,000, so 1.5 gold lead, unfortunately, for the enemy team on their offlane.
So things are going steadily in the way of the Dire right now.
Radiant.
The Radiant, sorry. With over 5k gold and 4,000 experience.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's just this Venge and the Lion doing a huge amount of work here. A lot of very clever just rotations, very smooth and great amounts of CC coming out, just shutting them down. Along with that reduced armor from Venge. I mean, Lion and Venge can actually just get kills by themselves on carries at this point. And the Juggernaut comes forward. Not having any of this though, he's happy to get a CM for his troubles. Ember throwing down his Q, but actually getting top free. He gets flashed back, but they can't even close it out with the rotations and TPs coming in. And this is probably a Dead Ember Spirit as well. It is in fact a Dead Ember Spirit. This is a very awkward situation for the Dire at this stage. 12 and 4, and they do have 2 carries that kind of want a bit of farm. Ember wanting that Battle Fury, Spectre wanting a Radiance or similar, potentially a Diffusal Boot. So Diffusal Drum is always a popular option on Spectre. But we just have to wait and see what they're going here. The middle tower going down, and this is a really awkward tower to lose early. It opens up such a huge amount of space for the Radiant, especially moving through both enemy jungles. They're able to just put a lot more pressure and put them in a much more awkward situation as they move down into the Radiant jungle here. No wards to see them doing this either, so Juggernaut on the map, they're able to get some free farm as the team rotates onto the bottom lane, looking to take their next tower with this very significant lead.
Yeah, okay, so Bristwork just spin his goal. Let's see what he's picked up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's picked up a Hood of Defiance.
Yeah, so just looking probably for the classic pipe build there.
Yeah, and that's a really good counter to the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and Jug picking up a drum there too, so they're definitely looking for an early fight there with pipe and a drum to blast past towers and get the enemy team. And I mean, it's certainly working out for them so far with a lot of CC and now a lot of damage too, especially the Bristleback getting quite big. And Co-op soon will obviously be getting huge as well with a very tidy net worth. And Juggernaut almost at a 5k net worth. Definitely happy to be throwing out huge Omni Slashes there to chop down anyone who's coming in, as we saw earlier in that mid lane, able to chop down CM even when 2 of their teammates were there. Jug TPing up there now with Bristleback to stop the Tide getting any rat doto in. Tide definitely not your traditional rat hero, but certainly looks to be working out for them in a way here with 2 TPs to take pressure off their bot tower. Most of Dire is actually still sitting around that mid tower, just hoping to get any defense they can. A nice D ward there around the above Roshan ward. As we see the net worth continue to kind of spike in the favour of the Radiant, slightly curving towards Dire, but I can't see any big things coming here. Awkward pick off once again from that big CC Lion. CM tries to save his disruptive compatriot, but it's not happening. Spectre just using a nice little dagger there to get up the hill. She backs away. And Jug with a haste rune, potentially looking for a kill, but we just have to see. No Paradox, I am not doing that while casting, but thank you. Bristleback going in there, looking for a kill on the Tidehunter. CM coming in to try and save him, throwing a few of those big CM right clicks as she runs away with huge speed. But Disruptor coming in to see if they can turn this around. It's a 4v1.
Bristleback is a tank.
Yep. Ember unfortunately having to attack the Bristleback from behind, and now everyone attacking the Bristleback from behind. Ember tries to throw out the big Ember nukes, but as we all know, Ember nukes are not very big. Quap comes through for a double kill, making it into a triple kill as they finish off and getting a quadra. Overall, the team getting some serious wipes, and that's definitely gotta hurt for the Dire. Dire certainly sitting in a very, very awkward position at this stage. I mean, really, what can the Dire do to come back at this stage?
They have to play defensively, they can't overextend, and that Bristleback is a tank, and you have to recognise that. And they do not have big armour, they have a CM, they have an Ember Spirit, they have a Disruptor. Those heroes are not big armour heroes. So when you're taking on someone like a Bristleback, you're going to want to look to pick up like a Ring of Bessie, at least, just to mitigate some of that damage.
Definitely, I mean, that's a fantastic, it's definitely a fantastic kind of armor going on there to sort of push them back. And of course, a little bit of mana regen as well, which is going to stack with the CM more nicely to keep everyone topped up at all times.
So they've just pinged out that last tower at bottom.
Yeah, we definitely think at this stage I'm saying that the Radiant's going to be moving in there to close the gap. I mean, with the 5 of their total towers already down, looking to take the bot tier 2 already, their net worth is just going to skyrocket, and we see that in fact the entire Radiant team has more net worth than the Dire team at this point in stage. Spectre with a 2k, sorry, Spectre 200 gold roughly. Behind the Lion. Oh, no, overtaking the Vengeful Spirit now, bringing herself back into a slightly better position, but still very awkward. Trying to get out any defensive wards they can to sort of control their own space, but it's not working out too well for them. Radiant with just a nice smattering of wards about to slowly choke their opponents in. I mean, yeah, they're in a very, very awkward situation, and I am having trouble seeing where they're going to go from here. Obviously, if they can hold high ground, which Ember certainly is capable of, and you don't want to push uphill into a Tidehunter Disruptor CM ult. but it's going to be very difficult to do against a team that's just so heavily out-leveling them. I mean, if we go to the leveling graph now, yeah, we're seeing around about 8,000 XP advantage.
15,000 gold.
It's looking pretty
huge.
bad for PS. I mean, a very aggressive early game from Radiant with the Venge Lion combos, just getting a lot of pick-offs for them, and some unfortunate rotations, and just barely missing things to bottle charge and stuff. It's really hurt them.
Yeah, there's a few ganks that really went unfortunate.
Yep, definitely. I mean, and you have to give it to Radiant in that case. They were very, very responsive to those ganks. They had their supports roaming very heavily, and they were really very prepared to do this. I see we've got Radiant taking Roshan now, just finishing it off with that huge Bristleback tank in the front. And who's going to be taking it? Bristleback, of course, yep, taking the Aegis. Also picking up a Mystic Staff. Interesting choice, perhaps looking maybe for a Shivas.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Yeah.
Nearly Shivas, and it really just punishes them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they don't have heroes right now who are exactly early game. Spectre and Ember both kind of wanting a little bit of farm and not the fastest attackers, so when you're slowing them down even more, it's going to be very awkward. And already with that hood to stop any magic damage, which is a lot of their primary early game output, it's going to be very difficult for them to engage against this Bristleback if he gets that Sheep's Guard up.
Yeah, so it looks like they have an Aegis, they have a big lead. They want to take a Rex.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean that's obviously the right choice. I can't see a lot of ways out of it at this point. I mean, this is going to be a very, very hard engagement for them, and sans any mistakes from the Radiant team, I don't foresee this going poorly for them. I mean, this is obviously a best of 3, so potentially going into game 2. How are you feeling if you were the team captain for Paradigm Shift? Understudy?
Well, if I was in Paradigm Shift, I'd be pretty happy. I mean, I'd be very upset. Well, it all depends about their mindset.
Dire's middle tower
this has been a bad game. I think they got outlaned quite severely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that very aggressive lane.
They had the right idea. They tried to get the ganks on, but right now we have a team fight. Big tide ulti. Queen of Pain says no. Spectre comes in. He goes down. Ember Spirit will be going down here. He's run out of escape.
And Venge just quickly swapping with the Lion to ensure that the Radiant side, in fact, loses nothing.
Yeah, a clean team wipe. That's what they want.
Bristleback not even losing the Radiant, there, Aegis there. The glyph coming down, but really looks to be prolonging the inevitable at this stage. I mean, Bristleback, Jug, both entirely capable of tanking this tower, especially with that healing wall going down. We see the supports are back up, but they're not really going to be able to do a lot. Tied with ulti on cooldown, and I believe Disruptor also with his ulti on cooldown.
Yeah, tied under ulti cooldown. At least we're going to see some very sick CM plays. I don't see an easy way out of this for the Dire.
Yep, definitely an awkward scenario. And I mean, potentially, probably looking to maybe try and get some slightly more aggressive and CC orientated heroes in the next match here. Yeah, we see this Bristleback just absolutely cleaning up the opposing team. He's taking a noticeable amount of white health from them, just making it very easy to watch, really. Vengeful Spirit and Lion just pushing the bottom lane there while the carries wrap around to finish it off. And I mean, this very aggressive composition here has really paid off for them. Definitely you taking a great advantage of it. Bristleback goes down, but Aegis there. This entire team wrapping in to help him out as he comes back up. They look to try and get a kill, but huge amounts of CC about to come in, and it's going to see some squad cleaning up absolutely. With a mega kill streak, while Bristleback goes on to a monster streak. Backing out there as CM comes in to throw a few hits in, but they really just can't do a lot. Neither of their they're Ember not alive, and their Spectre looking to try and get any form of farm she can as they try and hold this high ground. Certainly not looking good.
That is a big goal deficit. It's 17 minutes and they're pushing 25k. I don't see them coming back, so it's all about game 2 for them. If they go on 2, that's the key.
I mean, we see a lot of professional teams at this point often just kind of resign the game, call the GG, and look to save morale for the next fight. Do you think that could potentially be a good option here, or maybe just try and eke out what little they can, wear their opponents down with some stress? Although the stress doesn't look really to be there right now, and they are certainly just kind of having some fun pub stomp times.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Yeah, and they're finishing it. They're doing them justice. They're giving them respect of a quick finish. And there's the GG.
Yep, there we go. A nice early good game to try and save their souls a little bit.
So we're moving on.
Slight bit of PM there from the window.
Right, so from here we'll throw it back to the caster's desk.
The analysis desk, yep, putting it back to the analysis desk now to talk about this game and of course what's been happening previously. So over to you guys, and well, we'll see you for the next game.
No, hopefully he enjoys the casting abilities of our fellow co-team.
Yeah, so that was the plan. They were supposed to cast, and then we had a little mix-up. If the sound wasn't coming through or something.
Sorted out in the end.
We got there. We got there in the end.
Now about this game, basically, it was a down.
What happened? VVB steamrolling.
I love it though. Like 3 minutes into the game, when we already had 2 kills.
What do we got here? Bristleback died twice, and they were both early. They were
They
early.
were quite in the early game. They had that bit of a tussle up in top lanes. You know, stuff happens. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it down to the Crystal Maiden first pick.
Yeah, well, she did get that kill on Bristleback, remember? You know, through the trees, that ice nova.
Well,
blind.
I think that's the point where Crystal Maiden was the top net worth on the Dire.
That's right.
Above the Spectre, above the Ember Spirit.
That's it.
We had the safe lane Crystal Maiden. I haven't seen that before.
No, look, that's why they call it carry maiden. Yeah.
I don't know these high level tactics, but
left field tactics, carry maidens, who knows?
it works.
Anyways,
It works.
You got to see the 8 minutes, so that was pretty much the fun lane on the clock.
Yeah, I think we had the 8-minute mega kill
Yeah.
from the Bristleback.
Mega kill, that was in the mid lane. See them going at each other, team fight, absolutely wiped the floor with them, and from then on it was just, you know, Roshan kill after that. There, they managed to kill the Bristleback off that, but hey, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to the greediness of paradigm shifts like carries.
Yeah, they're like,
really.
I mean, they had Spectre, which is one of notes notoriously, you know.
I mean,
highest.
like we were talking about before, she needs the few early game items, like the drums or the urn or something to give her a bit of tankiness, you know?
She's actually, a lot of people don't realise, she's actually a really fragile hero in the early game. She
Yeah.
has nothing. Like, you know, after she gets maybe a little bit and it gets to her third skill, her passive up a little bit, sure, she might be able to take a bit of damage, but she is really fragile.
Yeah, exactly. And then couple that with the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, well, most fragile paper of them all.
And then who else was there? Was that the Disruptor?
Yeah,
was that their trial lane? So
yeah.
Disruptor's also, you know, might as well be.
They're not, you know, and then you're going up against Bristleback. He's...
Because originally, I don't think, I could be wrong here, but I don't think Bristleback was in the off lane, the offensive trial lane. It was the Jug for starters, right?
No, I thought that...
I don't know. He was
I
up
thought
there.
Jug was safe lane and then swapped over with the Crystal Maiden middle lane.
There was some crazy swaps going on there.
Anyways, that's probably what got them pretty good. They were very quick to react to anything that happened, and it worked out for them.
Paradigm Shift had their trial lane go up against the clearly stronger in every way trial lane
Exactly.
of
Whenever
VVB.
you've seen these defensive trial lanes work out, you know.
That's
just, when you're pulling 3 people to a safe lane, it's not working for you. I mean,
so considering that they do have those picks and they're stuck with them, do you think there's a way they could have pulled that out or ran their lanes a little bit differently?
I don't really know. I mean, having the Tide Hunter up top, just trying to soak up as much XP as possible without trying to die. So don't go for last hits, but just sit safe lane top.
Because at least, like, I mean, it might be hard, but if you're sitting under tower, just trying to get as much XP as you can, even if you're caught out a little bit, because of his tankiness, you might be able to run away.
And Shell could negate one of their stuns, but that being said, they were overlapping their stuns incredibly well.
That was really good.
Benji Lion, they never, you know, they utilised it incredibly well, and there's not much wasted time at all. no overlap time, no getting away from it. So
They've obviously ran that sort of
they must have run it before.
double lockdown tri lane before because they just had no answer, especially Crystal Maiden.
No.
Like you fire the magic missile at her, stuns her, that takes off like a quarter of her health instantly. Plus, and then that leads into your easy Earth spike after that.
Exactly, and after you got that there, all Bristleback needs to do is hit once, maybe fire a few spikes and then done.
Speaking of the Bristleback, we had, I think, 4 heroes at the 11-minute mark.
Oh, that's right.
From Paradigm Shift up against the Bristleback.
That's right.
And he just didn't care. He just didn't care. He
just went, he
keep
did
hitting
a bit of damage, ran away a little bit, and of course the Queen of Pain popping in with her ult.
Yeah, and then
Decided
he was running them around in circles around those trees, and then by the time Queen of Pain showed up, they were all dead.
That's the thing with Bristleback. You got to choose: are you going to chase him or not? Because chasing him can be pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he excels in that. He excels in running away, surprisingly enough. Or just
you don't chase a Bristleback. You just don't do it.
Number 1 rule behind always look at the minimap. Number 2, don't chase Bristleback.
They were well behind by that point. I believe he had the pipe, not the pipe,
he would have had a headdress by then.
the headdress. No,
the hood.
The hood. Sorry, Hood of Defiance. He would have had that then, and because I don't know, 80% of the damage was magical, probably.
Pretty much, except for Spectre, which, even magical from him.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, but like, they just once he got the hood up, there's no killing him at that point.
That's the problem.
And then they systematically went tower, and I believe they had all the outer towers by 30 minutes. Now that's a walkover. I don't know how much more you can analyze and just say Paradigm Shift got outlaned.
How much more do we have to say? This was a cakewalk, really.
I think
it worked out very well for them. They did respond incredibly well to their situation, and at the end of the day, they won.
What do you think they're going to do for the next game? I think they need to go back to the draft.
I have the most subtle feeling that Bristleback's going to get banned. Don't know why.
Really? I don't think that was the nail in the coffin. I think their team just had nothing against Bristleback. If you get a team that can play around them,
we're talking a lot about Bristleback, but you realise Juggernaut was 7-0. Queen of Pain was 6-0. I mean, both those heroes didn't die, got a lot of kills.
Exactly.
And
I think Queen of Pain was having the time of her life. She was like alone in the safe lane.
Exactly, yeah.
You're not going to die there. And then she's just like, my ulti's up. Oh, these guys are fine. Because there was always a fight somewhere.
And the thing, Crystal Maiden, about pretty much one-hit kill. I mean, Disruptor, he doesn't have a lot more health either.
And Disruptor, not the pick for how they were playing.
No.
Like, I mean, there's better heroes you can pick in those sort of team fighting engagements. Like, something like a Witch Doctor even would work better. Because he works in your team fights anyway.
Yeah, I mean, with his ult, of course.
But, if they're coming at you in groups like that, you just shut the cask and walk away. So it's a lot easier.
Depending how you use it, it can be one of the most potent stuns, though. Everybody knows those max level stuns that you see.
Yeah. Especially from the early fights. Like, those early fights at top lane, if they had a stronger tri-lane there, they would have done a lot better because they just got rolled. And because that was 3 out of 5 of their team, that was game pretty much. They got destroyed.
So, I did enjoy the bit of the action at top lane in the game. That was fantastic.
I mean,
I'm not gonna
the
lie.
bits we saw.
It went both ways. It did go kills. 3 kills apiece by 3 minutes. And
we're going to go over to the draft, I think.
I think we are.
Got a new game.
Anyway, see we are. Signing out.
We're back. Alright, ready for the draft. We can't actually see it right now, but
I'm sure our technical person will fix that pretty soon for us.
What do you think? First ban Bristleback. Is that what they need?
Maybe. You know how effective he was. He's obviously.
I think if they don't first pick Crystal Maiden, I think they're doing okay.
If we see the first pick Crystal Maiden again, I will lose my shit.
I think they're just having a laugh at that point.
Oh, having a giggle, mate.
Someone on their team really likes the hero. It's like, pick me Crystal Maiden. I mean, it's a decent hero, but
she's not bad, but
she's easy to shut down.
Paper, mate. She's paper. you know, rock, paper, scissors, she's still going to be.
And the thing is, her abilities, you need to get close to use them.
Yeah,
And if you're close, you just die. So there's only so much you can do.
Exactly.
Right, what are we thinking? So we got VVB on the die this side, so we've switched it around.
Switch around.
So they got first pick as well here.
Yeah.
Guarantee it won't be a Crystal Maiden.
Spirit
Breaker banned
I think we're
again.
going to see a lot of the same sort of band.
Probably.
Evoker gone. You know.
Maybe something different from Paradigm Shift. If
Well,
they saw
they're gonna need
something,
to do something.
yeah. Well, in terms of bans, if they saw something that game they really don't want to go up against, you might see it. But
Bane, he's been a solid pick in these. Well, sorry, not in these particular games, but in the meta at the moment.
yeah, I mean he's just so good, especially early game as well. All through the game.
Interesting thing about Bane is the only hero in this game to have exactly even stat game.
Really?
He has the exact same
all-rounder.
And edgy at the start of the game.
Can't go wrong.
Strength throw. Oh,
Carry Bane.
He does whatever he wants. Edgy, strength, he's the same.
He's a good hero.
He's not bad.
He offers you a lot.
Amazing CC. You can shut down, carries early game, kill your farm off by using his, feeble. It's a solid man. I like it.
And then Spirit Breaker.
Well,
obviously, they just don't want to go up against this.
No, nobody wants to go against.
You have to play a different game. Like, there's certain heroes. I mean, he's not quite as bad as like your Tikis, that sort of thing, but it changes the way you play the game.
Yeah.
Like, you always have to have the ward vision. Even then, he can use smokes as well, and it's just a nightmare.
I mean, and even if he does something, like a...
There's the Razorback. And that's going to leave the Invoker in there, and they're going to snap it up. You don't not pick Invoker when it's let through.
Exactly.
And they might regret that.
They may well do. I think we're going to see a very...
I would argue that they probably should have maybe banned the Invoker and the Bristleback. But maybe they thought, well, I guess, yeah.
So they got a very interesting thing of picking some solid supports as the first pick, And the Joke.
So they're going to take the Joke for themselves this time. And the Dazzle, which is a strong combo. Especially in the lane, he's got the slow.
He's got the heal, he's got the spin. I mean...
Spin helps a lot against things like the MP combo as well.
Helps against any kind of magic. Right?
Yeah. Specifically against old Carl, though. Any sort of magical immunity is going to really help you out there. But I mean, Juggernaut, he's another all-rounder. You can't really go too wrong.
No. And that's why Juggernaut's one of my favourite heroes. He just fits in so well. I mean, if you need him to support whatever... Oh, here's a Tusk.
The Tusk pick.
See, now we're seeing, because of these first bans, we're seeing a lot more of the heroes in the meta sort of coming out.
Yeah. I'm questioning the Zeus ban. I guess that's just they didn't want to play the Invoker against the Zeus, maybe. But I think he does okay against Zeus, right?
Yeah, should be fine. Well, Zeus is a pretty strong hero at the moment.
We've got some volume getting turned up on us. Got the Dome band out.
10 seconds remaining.
Alrighty.
5 seconds remaining.
Doom, another hero. He's just good. He shuts down Invoker pretty much. You just Doom him every fight, right? And then you just win the fight.
Exactly. I mean, Invoker can't cast spells, he's gone.
Slider, that's a good ban because the combo with Tusk.
Yes.
You don't want to see that. Them rolling around together.
No, but seriously, Tusk with a lot of different heroes though.
Yeah, you snowball into the stun, and you pretty much just die. Yeah.
I mean,
there's no escape.
Snowball of Doom.
Chen, that's a late ban from Chen actually. He's usually more hotly contested, but obviously neither of these teams were going to pick him in the first phase, so I wonder if the ban was even necessary.
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, Shen's usually one of the earlier pickups,
but he does help your early game a lot.
Well, of course, he's sort of geared towards early game, I guess, and getting those creeps out, getting those towers, getting that early money for the entire team.
His win rate, I believe, in this patch is something crazy, like 68%, 69%. It's up there.
Yeah.
This is on professional DotA, so he's obviously a great hero, and I believe a lot of that comes back to the jungle camps getting a lot of buffs. So which in turn makes him a stronger hero.
Over the ancients, just moving it around a bit. It's a bit more accessible now. And heroes that do play well in the jungle have, they've been having a ball.
It looks like Paradigm Shift here, they've gone, you know what, We saw your draft last game, and it stomped us. You know what? We're gonna just pick it. We're gonna copy what you did.
Do what you guys did.
Yeah. We're gonna swap out. We can't play Venge. We play Dazzle though.
Yeah.
But and then we'll copy it.
Remaining.
Oh, mate.
So they obviously are thinking a bit more early game this time.
Definitely seeing it.
A bit more control. You're comboing multiple stuns and slows with Juggernaut, which is always nice.
That's it too. I mean, just if you have
That's a strong trail lane as
it's
well.
a very strong trial lane. All you need is a bit of slow, and like I say, with Lion's CC abilities, Juggernaut spin. I mean, Juggernaut, even if he doesn't have a spin, too, can put out quite a bit of damage if he's got his crits.
Where do you see the Tusk going? Is this a roaming support Tusk that we've seen, or I have seen him played in the offlane as well.
Tusk, I reckon you gotta get him rolling.
Witch Doctor.
Hey, Witch Doctor.
Radiant
Nice. I love this hero.
I do.
He's fun.
He is.
Look at it go. What a hero. He's so annoying though.
What a hero.
The cask honestly is one of the most annoying abilities in Dota.
It's Murphy's Law, of course, at the one time that you don't want it to bounce you, it'll be a max stun, and then you'll do it again.
I love the silencer pick here.
That's huge.
That's gonna really rule out a lot of Invoker's teamfight ability.
Ruffle a few feathers, I think.
I mean, heroes that use their abilities a lot, like it can stop the Witch Doctor ulti as well.
Tusk. Even if something like they see a snowball coming in and they could manage to pop him silence, it stops them following up.
Yeah,
and the follow up from a snowball is
10 seconds
the initiation can just be quelled pretty much at that point. So it's a good defensive pick. But I'm wondering, what are we seeing from the silencer? Is it offlane or what are they doing here though? I like the pick, but where are they going to put it?
Maybe it's only going to be a dual lane.
Maybe Paradigm Shift are going to run the middle jug. Maybe they just liked it so much that why not?
Seen the light.
Still, let's run Silencer carry.
Cause maybe we should clutch game. We should try this out.
we're picking up strats.
Radiant team
That way.
I mean, Invoker's good, but they don't have a huge amount of burst damage output here, which
I'm still not really seeing which way this game's going to slide. We've got another hero.
I mean, we've seen obviously VVB are great players, so I'm sure they'll make anything work. Maybe they just want that early aggression with the Ogre, like.
Yes, well, I mean, you give Ogre a ring of protection and a statue, mate, and he can just go at you early game. I mean, those towers do nothing to him. Just bounce.
Say 11 armor or something ridiculous.
Something ridiculous like that. And, combine the fact that, he's an intelligence hero that's a huge strength gain. It's just.
Could it be a mid silencer? I'm wondering.
I think it's going to have to be.
Against the Invoker.
You see Invoker, which.
That works though.
5 seconds remaining.
Actually, could be interesting.
You don't see it very often, but I could imagine it working.
Reserve time.
So we'll see what VVB think, because they're either going to ban out. Yeah, they're going to ban the offlane. So it must be the mid silencer then. What are they going to pick? You can't.
They're going to need some sort of strong offlane.
You still can't go wrong with Darks, yeah.
Darks, yeah, perhaps even. Maybe. Yeah, no,
But
Darks huge.
to be honest, his wall's not that great this game.
No. I mean, something like Tide, maybe. They can just stop it for a while, Just
that would give them a lot more team fight as well. Possibly Conquer,
He's always there, mate.
Conquer's. I mean, he's a niche offlane pick, granted, but
in terms of niche, we mean the niches of the niche.
Yeah,
but it
almost non-existent. But anything can work,
Anything can
I think he's almost there.
I was going to say Clockwork would have been a nice pick, but of course that's been banned.
Yeah, Clock's good against a couple of the heroes, Witch Doctor.
It just shuts it down a bit,
They're taking a long time with
They
this.
are. Well, they've got a long time to pick as well.
They
They've
do.
got a lot of reserve time.
They've built all their reserve time up for this one
This
moment.
final pick. The final deliberation.
What's it gonna be? Oh, we've just had word that our one of our casters is having mic issues, so we'll see what happens there. But we might have to take you away for the first bit of the cast anyway. We'll see what happens there.
Hopefully, you guys can manage to stick around with us a little bit longer.
The banter is real, but the
banter
casting is
I was
questionable.
going to say, questionable at best.
Where are we going here, P?
I don't know.
PS.
How surprising would it be? Just saying, maybe a clutch Crystal Maiden pickup.
Could they Chris? Oh, now we're talking. We're talking offlaners.
Niche stats here, mate. Offlane Crystal Maiden.
Hasn't been done. I don't think that's ever been done. I'm gonna put that out there.
It's never been done in the history.
They could be world record breakers right now.
Oh my goodness.
But
You'd see it here
10
first.
seconds remaining.
we might see something more boring. But yeah, Undying. He works.
Dire team.
That works really well with your team, actually. I like that a lot.
But that means the Juggernaut's going to be pure carry for them. I mean, you're going to see a little bit of silence to build out, hopefully.
No, the silencer mids can get out of control.
You can, yeah.
But
It just depends again on the intelligence gain that he gets on the kills. I mean, he's got to be roaming, he's got to get those kills, he's got to get the intelligence up if he wants to carry at the end of the game. You know?
But I think that's why the rest of their team is built
It's-
around
yeah.
fighting.
It is.
So they,
and
10 seconds
they're going to
remaining.
fight. Undying is going to be a nightmare presence for them.
they've
I mean,
learned from their last game.
They have. I mean, Snowball Initiation into Tombstone, they're going to have a bad time by the time that Snowball pops, you know?
Reserve time.
Yeah, we're going to need a bit of a carry.
Where
Yeah, I was
did
reading
that
on
come
Clinks
from?
earlier on today. I really was, wasn't I?
You're a psychic.
Like, man, maybe we've got more to this casting thing than I thought.
So what do we got? Clink safe lane, I guess. Maybe the offlane task.
Guessing you're going to possibly have to put Ogre offlane. He's just
Yeah.
a tanky. He probably lasts for longer.
It'll be interesting though.
Yeah,
I mean, he's tanky, but when you're against the Jug, plus possibly two, I don't think even that amount of tank, especially because it's magical,
Yeah, that's so.
it makes it a lot harder for him. We'll just see what's happening with our casters. We'll just keep going until we get further word.
10 seconds remaining.
Alrighty.
So we're just gonna wait for the.
10 seconds on.
the
Here
game
we
to come
are.
away.
And now.
I still want to see some level 1 shenanigans. We've got a smoke.
We've got a
Oh,
couple of
both
smokes coming in.
teams.
I love it.
Prepare for battle.
Then again, there might have been shenanigans last time, but we were stuck in bottom lane mid watching that courier.
Yeah.
Last, so, you know.
Last game, it was interesting for the first couple minutes.
Technical. Love it.
There was some glitches.
Slight.
You know, there's only so much we can do.
Exactly. Now, what I really want to see is just a big 5-man push at the start. It's not
Who,
gonna happen,
who's got the
I think.
better level 1? I'm thinking it's VVB.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean the spin is good,
the spin is
and
good.
you've got the Undying as well.
The
I
Undying
don't
is
know.
huge level one.
It could go either
I mean,
way.
you've got stun, silences. I mean, of course, the cast from Mitch Doctor. You got the stun from, or even Ignite from Ogre Magi.
Yeah, you're always getting Ignite level 1 on
Yeah.
That's like
Standard. I mean,
yeah.
I generally don't level up my skill until I need to use it.
I think that but I don't think there's any situation where you get the stun over the.
I think stun's got slightly more range.
Unless that maybe if they're TPing, right?
Yeah,
You
there
get the
go,
stun.
there you go.
Yeah, if you had to interrupt something, maybe. But I think otherwise, you just go straight for the Ignite, right?
Quite possibly.
Just gotta pause here. We've got a sweet Crystal Maiden.
See, even when
effigy
Crystal Maiden's
there.
not in the match, Crystal Maiden's in the match.
There's a strong theme here.
Do you know what's going to happen? She's going to get destroyed. That effigy has to die.
PS,
guys, we got
PS are
nothing.
gonna take out their rage from last game on that effigy.
Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Now, just to say, we don't have anything against Crystal Maiden per se.
I do.
Oh.
She she stole my dog.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, she did too. That small snow pup. It was actually originally Mads' dog.
Fluffy.
Yeah, one day she just kind of reached out of the computer and just grabbed it. So, terrible, terrible.
I
thing.
never saw him again.
Everyone is scared of
My
Undying.
mum said something about a car.
He is
but I
huge
guess she was
team
lying.
fight, and he is hard to deal
It was
with.
Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's disconnected right now, so not as threatening as usual.
We're good, we got the
Will be once he gets
casters.
back.
Alright, we'll pass
And,
you over
you
to
see
Wandering
the
Bear
silence
and
over
Understudy,
here
they
with
can
the
take it
pause
away
out of the
from
way.
us.
Awesome,
Looking
thanks,
very
guys.
strong. Obviously, bringing that global silence to the fight with his new changes. Potentially a decent amount of damage too. We have seen recently in Starladder, Silencer played as kind of a early game support to kind of mid game carry in a way. to sort of get the team through an earlier or rougher stage. Comboing that with a Veil to just put out a massive amount of damage, we do see not really a lot to support the Silencer on the magic damage there from Veil, so potentially not such a good choice, but if he was on the other team, it'd be a great choice with Invoker. We see the Dazzle there too, able to reduce a lot of their armor, potentially going for a big combo with the Juggernaut ulti and Dazzle. Lion, just a very, very safe pick.
Sing your praises.
They can't hear us?
Apparently they can't hear us. I can hear you.
The microphone's definitely working.
Yeah, okay, I can hear you. They can't hear us on the cast though.
Are they in the right channel? Nice penis drone there from VVB. As everyone moves into the jungle. Maybe some minor technical issues.
Oh, we've got big gangs happening. Go down, go down.
Big fights, big fights. Here we go. They're putting down their wards, getting ready to come in. Juggernaut and Lion definitely trapped between a rock and another rock. As Tusk wanders in, throws ice there.
I can't get over this Tusk.
And we have a high quality Invoker who is just the word error. Maybe just disconnect, reconnect.
Hey, we'll try casting from the co-caster. And we'll see what audio comes through.
I can hear you.
Okay, and then you could hear you, so we're all good.
Okay, so we're all good. Alright. Minor issues there with the technical setup. Still getting used to the DotA TV. We see the Invoker versus the Silencer matchup. As we move down, seeing the Ogre chasing this Dazzler in, but Silencer having none of that. And we have the Silencer mid versus the Invoker. Potentially a very strong hero. Of course, Invoker not wanting to cast a lot of spells, and the Silencer saying, no spells for you. But Dazzle moving away now from his Silencer, potentially walking up into this very, very keen Ogre looking for a fight. But we'll just have to see how that does go for them. Down on bot, we just see the classic set of trades. We have a farming Tusk by the looks of it in tandem with the Witch Doctor. Whilst on the top lane, we see Clinks just having a nice solo against Undying. Very tough lane for him, but if Clinks can make it to 6, he will be able to get that ulti and then become a significantly bigger threat, obviously able to just whip off into the jungle and take quick camps there.
Yeah, Clinks is very scary if he can get that Orchid up. That's one way to deal with that Undying. And the Dazzle. And it's good that he's getting that solid amount of farm.
But we see a quick team fight coming down here. Jug having to salve himself as he runs away. Whilst Tusk and Witch Doctor still on very low health. Witch Doctor putting up his healing ward, but we see the Ogre coming in from the side. And eventually deciding to back out once again. TP's coming in though, and this could be a big turn. Dazzle though, not really able to make that big turn.
Dazzle showing himself in the jungle.
Yep. Fortunate scenario there. Ogre moving down to secure the bottom rune. Is Silencer going to look to secure that top rune? He does get the invisibility. And Silencer moves to secure the top rune, putting the Invoker out a little bit of gold. But with a great push there in from Silencer to put him in an awkward place where he doesn't want to lose the experience. Ogre coming in now though, looking to probably get those big stuns on the Silencer. And he's going uphill. This could be a very awkward scenario. Throws down the Ignite for that slow along with a Cold Snap. He's putting in his spells, but it's not going to be enough, and Silencer goes down in the middle, giving Ogre Magi the first, the second kill, in fact, of the game. And
yeah,
in fact, yeah, he was involved in the first kill too, with the first one going to the Witch Doctor. So that's a great start for him. Ogre Magi having literally infinite armor, which is just very strong for these kinds of ganks, especially against a Silencer.
Yeah. And it's very scary to see Invoker pushing in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, getting that early gold as well, that's a very awkward scenario. But going down to the bot lane there, we see some nice little trades. How are we sitting though? A very high net worth for the Invoker there. Clanks and Ogre Magi having a very great thing too. Jug, not the greatest net worth right now. In fact, if we look at his last hits and denies, see there, but back in middle, Invoker's diving. It might not pay off for him though. He's on very low health now and not able to get the kill on the Silencer, who just goes back to last hitting. Meanwhile, Radiant side, moving through the jungle, looking to get a smoke gank on the already very weak Invoker.
Invoker's moving away. This is unfortunate.
Yep, he moves away up towards a nice safe place over there where he can stay.
He's just set himself a self. He's going to be coming back down.
Yeah.
But the Radiant's already rotated away.
Yep, they've seen that they can't really get that. And unfortunately, I'm guessing that this ward here probably saw them when they smoked up.
And we see that Undying up top. He's currently on 0 CS.
Yeah, I mean that's a very poor situation for an Undying, someone who should really be able to be doing relatively well in this lane, but without a lot of support from his team, it's probably very difficult to get in there without taking a significant amount of damage, just throwing down the occasional decay.
So there's a flight temple.
Yep, there is. Tusk looking to move in with his Q shards there, but unable to do so.
Yeah.
But the Witch Doctor coming around from behind with the illusions, seeing if he can get anything there, scaring Juggernaut off, and Lion just auto-attacking him down, unfortunately.
Yeah, VVB is very quickly pushing this game in the same direction it went last time.
Absolutely, and I mean Paradigm Shift probably feeling very awkward after that last game. Maybe not feeling too good. Ogre Magi and Witch Doctor coming in here with a smoke. Ogre probably opening up there. Yep, there we go. We see the Ignite Cold Snap combo there, very strong. And just an easy kill there once again. Going to the Ogre Magi. I mean, VVB really enjoying their carries there on supports. Seeing a carry maiden last game and carry Ogre this time.
Yeah, we're going to have to see... Oh, we have some rotations.
Oh,
Snowball.
An amazing snowball to dodge the Earth Spike there, but the Hex coming out, and this could very well be a dead Tusk. Dazzle.
Excellent ice shards.
Yeah, beautiful ice shards.
And then we have big rotations coming in
rotates in with a very fed Ogre, potentially bringing this back in. Lion looking at a very awkward scenario as the Sunstrike comes down, and Ogre giving him some wax. 1 wax, 2 wax, 3 wax, and he's dead. Oh, that's a very tough scenario for Paradigm Shift again. We see the same scenario we saw in the last game. In fact, they were trying to get these ganks off. They had them in really good positions, but they just didn't quite work out. And then rotations from VVB turned them into a very threatening scenario, bringing this to an 0-5 game. We see a TP coming in on top here. Potentially Dazzle looking to do something. Undying just a little bit too low, getting a quick soul rip there to top himself off. As the map basically seems to be belonging to the VVB at this stage, double damage ring coming in.
So this is very quickly going the way of VVB. We may see a repeat of last game. Hopefully it's a bit more interesting. What sort of moves or plays can PS bring in to switch this game up?
Well, I mean, PS are in a very awkward scenario. If we switch to their vision, which we can't... Well, if we look at their vision, we see they've got a ward here about to expire. No wards along this area, so just a very difficult space. I mean, moving into this darkness here is very frightening against such an aggressive team. We do see them doing so as they move around here, but quickly on bot we see the Jug just escaping out with a quick spin. Paradigm Shift, move around, see if they can get these ganks coming out of smoke. The Lion puts down the Hex. Dazzle thrown in his Q, but Clink's able to just push him away. The sentry ward goes down, but can they make any good use of it? Able to kill a courier? They get a courier kill, which is definitely a big turn there, but Clink's not able to do much. But they're going to dive, they're ready to go. The Lion is very keen, taking a couple of tower hits and a couple hits from Clink's there too, but not able to ultimately convert that into anything of note. We see that Witch Doctor and Ogre coming back around down here to the Tusk, where they're going to be pushing, and Tusk looking in an excellent situation. Got his phase boots, his orb and his wand there, and just very happily farming away on the safe lane, which isn't something you often see. The Radiant safe lane, that is. Definitely not something you often see.
Yeah, so they put their effort into that game, which they didn't receive, and they sacrificed the Invoker farm and the Tusk farm for nothing.
It's really not paid off for them. I mean, Clinks is still happily safe farming. We see second in net worth just behind the Invoker, who's had ganks and got that tasty delicious assist gold. And we see also the they may be moving in for an Invoker gank here, and he's entirely silenced, but unfortunately the miss uphill is painful, and Lion not able to get in there fast enough with any kind of CC to close this out. But as we were saying before, as they take this bottom tower, VVB with just an excellent control over the entire map. They've got these great wards here in the river, able to see a lot of space. They're taking these towers, once again, early towers from them, which opens up this entire Radiant jungle for them to essentially safely farm, because they can just push these creeps back and have great vision. And conversely, Paradigm Shift only have one ward here. A little bit of a sad ward, not doing a whole lot for them right now, and they just can't really move in to get any kind of damage out. Invoker moving up here, looking to take this tower as well, as we see VVB rotating around. Two supports slightly out of position, but they quickly move back. Tusk, though, with some big ice guards catching them, CCing the Lion. He's going to go down very quickly. To the Ogre Magi once again, this masterful Ogre Magi kills. Throwing a quick ignite in there, potentially hoping to see a cold snap from the Invoker too. And there it is, the cold snap from the Invoker triggering with the ignite. As the Sunstrike comes down, a quick shallow grave to keep him alive, but I don't think it'll be enough here as VVB just dive under the tower and clean up, regardless of any TPs that could potentially come in. We see 3 of them go down in a very sad situation.
It was unfortunate Silencer didn't have mana for ulti, and that could have been the fight turner. That would have given Undying time to teleport in, and he is a big team fight.
Yep, definitely, but Tusk maybe dying to creeps there, put it back out, and Invoker taking that middle tower, opening up even more space for them to control with these very aggressive ward placements from VVB. Undying getting caught by a cold snap, we see just how much damage that Invoker's doing.
There's some Viper might be going down.
Can Jug put an ulti down on him though?
He doesn't even need to.
Doesn't even need to. Able to get a quick hit and a big kill on that Invoker for 383 gold going to the primary carry there, Juggernaut, as he proceeds to farm nicely there. But again, we see VVB just spreading out across the map and taking it as Clinks manages to pop the top tower, continues to push in. And our Ogre Magi grabbing an Arcane Room, which could be very threatening with already such low cooldown and high cost CCs able to throw out. VVB though now looking to make a push into the middle tower, PS rather, looking to make a push into the middle tower as VVB kind of mills around.
Yeah, so they're scared, they're going to the 5-man, they want to do something.
Yep, I mean they've got the 4 people here, 5 people here even.
Yellow's starting here, but there we go, Undying Tombstone.
Yep.
Oh no, where's the Grave Dazzle?
No Grave. And Clinks,
the Tombstone doesn't seem to be lasting long.
Clinks just able to quietly rat up in the top there.
But this Juggernaut does damage, but that Witch Doctor ulti is doing so much work.
Yep, 100% we see that Witch Doctor ulti showing just how strong it is in a team fight. And with so many kills going on too for VVB, could potentially be seeing an eggs coming out from him soon. Tusk snowballing onto the Lion, and that's going to be another kill for them.
And they lost top tower.
Yep, and Clinks just quietly continuing to farm. I mean, with a net worth of 6.5k, almost triple that of Juggernaut, so very difficult for them to deal with.
They do have a lot of damage coming out, so when Juggernaut gets in there, he is doing work. And if they're a little bit more coordination, there is some strong initiation, that's what they're lacking, and I think that's where they're falling apart.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we're seeing the same situation as we saw last game, aren't we? Where the Dire side, very aggressive, excellent rotations, very aware of where they are, great ward coverage, and now able to just basically control the map with a huge lead. In fact, looking over at the net worth there, we see that every single member of the Dire side has a higher net worth than the Radiant side. And once again, around about this 10 to 15 minute mark, we're moving towards a 15k net worth loss. Which is difficult. Clinks, obviously, with so much free farm, able to solo kill a Silencer there with no issues whatsoever.
And he's got his Deso. So he's saying, look, you guys can deal with the other team. I'm just going to take towers.
Absolutely, and Clink's an ideal hero to do that. Able to perfectly rat with his built-in stealth and a lot of attack speed boost from his strafe. Able to just quickly eat down towers. Even if losing a team fight, if they get a tower, it's definitely something they can do. And so far, VVB not losing a lot of team fights.
Yeah, VVB is not messing around. They've got an aggressive ward over here, and they're already pushing on bot lane. We're faster closing. 5 towers down.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, this is the beauty of VVB's play and what we've seen in their last game too. Very, very aggressive drafts with very, very aggressive ward placement.
And here we go.
Fantastic work. Absolutely, and now they're coming here on the Juggernaut, Tusk going down, but with those Shallow Grave on them.
Big dazzle damage.
Turning on the Grave and the ulti and actually getting a kill. Able to turn this team fight as Witch Doctor TP's out and Invoker walks away. Probably and most likely able to take use of a nice ghost walk there, quickly cycloning up the Undying as he actually turns and looks to potentially fight this Dazzle. Gets the kill, but does he get out? And he does not get out. Unfortunately, Lion able to finish him off with a quick hit. The Forge Spirit's chasing back and looking to get a kill on the Lion. And meanwhile, Clink's taking half the HP off of the mid tower. a very awkward situation for Paradigm Shift, but definitely a better look for them, getting a couple kills and being able to push them off the tower. It was a great fight, and we can really see the strength of Undying when he does come to these fights. Yeah, so now the Dazzle picking up more wards and a smoke too. Excellent tactic here when you're behind and by so much. They've got decent ward coverage, but now they need to get an aggressive ward into the opponent's jungle and get a really solid gank on them when they're in an awkward out-of-position scenario. Flinks, however, skulking around in the jungle, maybe looking in to go in, see if he can get any solo kills, stealing their jungle too, just eating those birds like we talked about earlier.
Yeah, safely doing it too with that ward there. He can see 3 of the Radiant heroes.
Yep, it's a fantastic ward position, and it's giving him a great amount of movement. And now he sees the Undying. Is he looking to go in?
No, he's not.
He's
ahead, but he's not cocky.
Yeah, that's perfect too.
Oh, there we go. They found it.
Yep, they de-ward the aggressive, which is great.
This is what they want. They need to get control of their jungle back, but they've got one more down here. And I don't think they're going to find that one.
No, probably not. Although the ward that's recently been placed, probably seen by the enemy ward, and it was. As they move it out, we see a fight in the middle opening up though. Undying taking a huge amount of damage from these Forged Spirits, but able to quickly soul rip himself back up to a decent amount of HP and walk away. Forcing the disengage, but Clink's coming around, probably looking to get the snipe on that Undying if he can. He's floating around the back, and they're in an awkward position as they come in for a pincer movement. Clink's dropping out a straight, doing huge damage. 2 hits on the tank, 3 hits on the silencer. And now we see him coming down. He's got a double damage even, I think. No, just slowed?
No.
Just slowed. No double damage.
That's just Desolator plus his physical.
And his ulti up too, giving him a nice little chunk of damage there. We see as it expires. Giving him around about 40 damage from that bird. As VVB say, well, you're really not leaving anywhere from your towers, and we're going to be eating them now. As Clinks takes down the tower, while his team proceeds to farm the Radiant jungle once again. This very, very aggressive game from VVB, as they really close in and capitalize on the potential psychological damage they did in the last game. We see VVB's hopes slowly being closed out as the net worth graph climbs further and further out of their league. Clinks, in fact, actually tripling their worth on everyone except Juggernaut is a huge threat with that Desolator and able to just push so strongly.
So I say this is a smoke coming out?
Yep, here we see the smoke, and with the actual vision in their own jungle, they're able to push through and potentially get someone here. Looks like VVB's going to be backing away though. Their carry's sitting in the lane in a nice safe place while their supports farm the jungle. A great opportunity for the supports to get some farm, but also it provides a great buffer against this smoke to stop their carries getting caught out. See Invoker farming away here, but they're probably going to get caught out by the Ogre. No, in fact, they actually just rotate entirely around.
They're looping around.
They're going for the
Roshan?
No, they're checking the Roshan. Alright, and they start to back away. Clink's obviously BKB here. As they come around,
smoke pops.
Smoke drops, and they see the Ogre, they see the Invoker, and they see there.
Silence comes out.
Tombstone down as well. This could be a really big win for them. And the Witch Doctor goes down, the Invoker goes down. We see Clink's coming in from behind, but can he really do anything? Possibly the Lion dying, a Soul Rip, and a Shallow Grave to save him. But they're coming in fast now. Clink's just opening up and ripping holes in a PS. But the quick Earth Strike from Lion stopping Clink's briefly. Juggernaut's still not able to do anything as Invoker starts to throw down some huge damage and deafening blasts, dropping the Tombstone, and Undying, unfortunately, going to be the last in a long line of slaughter. Silencer runs with an entire creep wave to try and get a TP scroll off. And I think he's going to make it. Able to make it out.
Yeah, so again, they're bringing the ganks. That was a good gank. It was a solid gank. They dropped some targets, and then the rest of the team showed up. Really,
absolutely. I mean, we saw the Witch Doctor go down incredibly fast.
VVB has excellent rotations.
Yeah, and they were just so well in position. It's such a difficult fight to take. I mean, you're looking at fighting into a Tusk Sigil, which is slowing down all of your attacks. You're fighting into a Witch Doctor who's giving you mini stuns. You're fighting into an Ogre who's giving you real stuns. And an Invoker with Igniting Blasts, Tornadoes. I mean, it's a difficult fight, and it's very difficult to pick a target when you go in. But back is 5 now as they sit behind this tower. This was their lucky tower last time. They were able to take a fight here, and they take it again as Dazzle takes a Sunstrike to his face. And they cannot, in fact, defend here as the tower goes down once again. And Clink's just saying, no towers for you, as he just shreds the armor of them further and further with that Desolator. And once again, we see this relatively tried and true tactic here of the supports going in. Standing as kind of a buffer towards the carries there to stop any smokes or any untowardness. Something that's worked really well for them, and we saw it working really well in that smoke gank there. as they move in with both the Forge Spirits reducing the armor of Roshan and the Desolator. They're just going to chew it up. And Paradigm Shift really not able to do a lot about it, having to sit in their base, play defensively, as we see that they only really have one ward left up versus VVB with wards all through that jungle.
So Clinks has got his BKB, he's got an Aegis, and he's got that Deso. They are hungry for that high ground. A bit slower than last game.
Yep, yeah, definitely slightly slower. I mean, Clink spent a lot of time this game fighting just towers and creeps by himself, getting a huge net worth up to 11k now. Something that it's huge. He has a massive...
Another smoke coming out. Ogre gets caught, ulti comes out.
Slows, and there's a
Hex comes through.
Hex.
That's a good kill. That's
Definitely. I mean, we now have no Omni Slash though.
Clink goes behind. Big rotation.
Towers Tusk throwing them up too, and the untying Tombstone goes down, but Clinks is having none of that. Jug trying to TP out as Yules goes down into a nice tidy rock there, but still not able to get away as Clinks just absolutely shreds him. No magic damage and spin, but you don't need it when you have the Clinks that just hits for 3/4 of your health.
Now they're going to take middle.
Yeah, that's all they need to take middle, and Invoker even sending Forge Spirit bot to reduce the armor there preparatively as the creeps come up. And they are probably going to get 2 towers here. I mean, I can't see them not being able to.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, they can fight them base. They still have Aegis up.
Yep, and I mean, this is a very, very scary composition. With the Invoker, Forge Spirits, the Desolator on Clinks, like huge armor reductions on single targets, huge amounts of damage coming out. Look, we see the Witch Doctor, Q goes in there, bouncing about. He gets taken down by the...
Yeah, the overextension.
Slight overextension when none of his carries are there, but I mean, it doesn't really bother them. But VVB now backing out, not having a Witch Doctor, they're not quite as comfortable. Also not having that Tusk there. They're going over the playground, and Bunker's in a very awkward position, and the Clinks is on incredibly low HP. How would it take him down? He's just going to pop an Aegis, and he's still got a BKB when he comes out of that. Invoker's starting to throw down a little bit as they hit the thing, but they're happy to pop the Aegis and back away, hoping to hold at that high ground. And they have delayed it. I mean, they've delayed 1 tower at this stage. It's a very awkward position with no Witch Doctor and no Tusk there to help them with the initiation or any kind of CC.
I felt like that fight could have gone quite a lot better. I feel like the Juggernaut needed to commit. That Invoker could have gone down if they really had a target caller and hit him hard.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but when you've been beaten so heavily like this, it's very easy in the heat of the game to make these kind of mistakes. Especially when you've probably not got Omni Slash on cooldown, and after getting the Ogre, they still dominated you. It must be very difficult to make these kind of calls. We see the Witch Doctor, I think, has the Boots of Travel there. Quickly coming into the fight to keep the push up, Meatball and Sunstrike going down as we see both nearly, Silencer nearly die. Invoker gets jumped on, but Clinks appears, pops his PKB, rips some people apart, everyone going down. We'll see this being bot tower 2 now, I think.
Juggernaut flies back. Juggernaut goes over and it's GG.
Yep, GG.
He is loses game 2, best of 3. Well played, VVB. Moving on to the next round.
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah. That's the end of TS. Great fight. Pass back to the analysis desk to talk about that. And we'll see you guys for the next matchup later in the night.
Back. It was another quickie.
It was another quickie.
I mean, is this DotA? It takes me back to CR4, really.
Yeah, it does. I mean...
I didn't know Deathball was still a thing, but apparently so.
It is. I mean, they did well, but unfortunately it's just... VVB is just too good a team. It really comes down to that. I mean, we did see some good stuff from both teams, but at the end of the day...
We saw more good stuff out of VVB. And less out of PS.
Yeah. It's just stuff like, teleporting, rotating, reacting quicker to the ganks.
Yeah, that was a big one. we had a lot of early movement from especially the ogre in the early game, and we didn't really see any sort of reactions from Paradigm Shift.
They seem quite happy to just sit in their lanes and just play it. Like with the ogre sitting in their jungle, harassing their middle lane quite early in the game. He's only level 1 sitting up there in the forest. It's just stuff like that.
I mean, the Dazzle didn't move.
No.
Like, I think there were a couple ganks there early that could have been saved if the Dazzle had a TP'd, dropped a shallow grave, and then
that's it. I mean, I
just
think
moonwalk out of there.
Just a bit more presence on the map, just a bit more reaction.
Yeah.
And that would have been a different story.
So the Tusk off lane, he was with the Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
So he was having the time of his life.
Yeah.
He was matching last hit for last hit with the safe lane Juggernaut, who had a tri lane, mind you.
Tri lane, safe lane, and the off lane is equaling them in farm. I mean,
yeah, they were losing every lane. I think.
Disaster.
I think this, as soon as the silencer got ganked, they were losing every lane. I think he was trading evenly okay at the start.
He was that ganked the invisible rune by Ogre. And Evoker.
I mean, that's something you can't really play around. Maybe if they had some vision down there.
Well, I mean,
their ward game was okay. Top lane again, the Undying against the Clinks.
Yeah,
he's never going to have a fun time.
No.
I would have rather seen the tri lane with the Jug go against the Clinks rather than just leave the Undying there. Because the Undying would do okay against the Tusk, right?
Yeah, that's
too melee, but he can't even go up to the creep wave, or else you get shot by a flaming arrow in the face.
Flaming arrows, and they hurt. They do a lot of damage.
I mean, I've been on the opposite end of that, and it's frustrating. Like, you need your team to help you out in some way, because otherwise you're just sapping XP, and the Clinks doesn't care really at that point. He's like, sweet, if you're going to stay over there, I'll just keep getting perfect.
He doesn't care.
Farm.
He's getting his farm, he's getting his XP, do what you want. I mean, you can't deny him, you can't get close.
I mean, it showed like how quickly you got that Desolator.
Yeah.
I think that was just after the 10-minute mark.
Probably even quicker than that, to be
honest.
But then after that, there was just two hitting the team, you know. The poor supports, I mean, seriously, those flaming arrows, mate.
And there was a lot of fights where the Paradigm Shift would initiate okay, and they might get the jump, but there was a couple of smokes. And then after that, they just had no follow-up. The Clinks would come in.
Yeah, exactly that. They got some good ganks off. They did some good work, but there's no follow-through. There's something that maybe they need to look at, especially that team fight down bottom. There was a really good smoke in. They got a couple of kills.
I think, who did they initiate on that? Was that the Invoker?
The Invoker did die. He'd bought back.
Yes.
And teleported back in. That was part of it. So we definitely got some good kills there. They definitely won the initial gank, but then they sort of weren't quite sure what to do after
It looks like there was some confusion.
I know, they just looked like a little bit of a confusion.
And then the Clinks wasn't there, and he came in afterwards.
Yep. The Clinks came in afterwards.
Clean shot.
Brought back. And essentially that's
because they dropped the silence early, obviously, to secure the kill.
Yeah.
And I think that's how a lot of the fights went. They would win early when they had the silence up and the tombstone.
Yeah.
And it was really good what I saw from the Clinks. Pretty much every fight, he was using his attacks pretty much directly on the tombstone, and getting that out of the way. A lot of teams don't prioritize that.
And that's a problem. Their tombstone is huge.
Yeah. I mean, he probably was underleveled as well, the Undying, so it wasn't as big of a threat at that point. But I think like pre 10 minutes, they didn't do enough to secure their lanes and to. Like I said before, I would have liked to see the tri lane go an aggressive tri lane.
Yeah.
And see how VVB reacts to that. Because they might just switch the lanes.
Yeah.
Because what you need to do is pressure Clinks, because he does do a lot of damage. But
he does, and he does roll out of control, as we saw. I mean, especially when he's getting free farm. I can't believe they just didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, when you're getting free farm on your safe lane Clinks, and then your safe laner is only trading evenly.
Yeah, trading even. I mean, come on, your off lane is trading evenly with their safe lane tri lane carry. I mean.
They had they're three heroes, they're three cores, because Tusk was playing as a core that game.
Yeah.
He wasn't just your standard utility off lane. I think he went phase boots. I think he added Ags at the end just because he was, balling out of control and he was so rich at that point. So it didn't really matter, but, I think they needed to change something up. I think they needed to realize
I don't think
wasn't
they
gonna
realised
work.
it wasn't working
Yeah.
until too late, and that's the problem.
I like the ogre rotations as well.
Yeah.
I think
Ogre's
that secured
awesome,
them the first. I think he had a killing spree in a couple minutes.
Okay, apparently we've got told up the next up game that we have in about half an hour is going to be Serious Clowns versus TBA, or to be announced. It actually got me a little bit. To be announced is the actual team name.
Yeah, they have a team, and that's their name. So that's the next game. What time are we starting that one?
It's in half an hour, so it's going to be
in about half an hour.
Yeah, 25 minutes from now we'll be having another game up. We will be streaming this one.
So with that last game, we have VVB going on to the semi-finals, I believe, of the playoff stage, and then Serious Clowns versus TBA coming up next. And I think they're in the sort of the bottom bracket. I don't know if we can maybe pull up the.
Yeah,
here we go. Yeah, so the winner of Serious Clowns and TBA doesn't verse VBA. They'll be versing one of the other two teams down the bottom there.
For an X+4. So
it won't be till the grand final that we see either of these four teams meeting up again.
Yeah. So still got a wee way to go on this tournament yet, but it's just the beginnings. Hopefully this next one we'll see a bit more of an even matchup. I mean, let's be honest, it's a little bit one-sided.
A little bit one-sided, I think.
Yeah.
I think as we get through the playoffs, we'll see.
It's definitely going to tighten up, and we're going to see a bit more even games.
And
I mean, hats off to them for PS to actually get in this and actually play.
Yeah, well done to Paradigm Shift to come this far. Hopefully see them in a few more of these tournaments coming up.
And hopefully they're going to verse Clutch Gaming themselves.
Yeah.
Nice, eh? Would love to versus.
Versing the champs.
Champs.
So, but with a team like Serious Clowns, you can expect some fun. I want to see some level 1 shenanigans.
Oh, I love shenanigans.
I want to see smokes. I want to see maybe Roche tips.
Maybe level 1 Roche. Hey,
when's the last time you saw a level 1 Roche? It's been a long time. I want Ursa Wraith King.
Ursa Wraith. Pretty fat memories of my pub days.
Alright, so we'll be back with that game in roughly...
we're going to take a bit of a break.
Roughly 20 minutes,
yeah.
So we'll come back slightly before that and
have a bit of pre-game banter.
We'll be here. And we'll still have the casters of Wandering Bear and the Understudy, who did a great job as well.
Yes.
And we'll give them a shout out there as well. So yeah, we'll see you then.
Alright guys.